Hi all, it's JK here with another video, and this one's about should I buy DSG. So you've read the reviews, you've seen all the videos, you've compared it with the Focus RS, the new one, and you've decided this car's for you. So speaking obviously from my experience, I'm 34 years old, and before I bought this car I'd driven nothing but manuals all my life. And now, when I bought this car, it wasn't a case of I was sick of manual and I felt like a change. It was a case of I was curious to try DSG out because I'd heard so much about it, and I did. And people were saying either you'll love it or you'll hate it on the test drive. And I absolutely fell in love with it. If you saw my last video, 5 things I hate, one was kickback or kickdown or whatever it's called. And I do hate that feature. Now, it's brilliant when you're in automatic and put your foot down and it drops down a few gears, but when you're in manual it's unexpected when you're not used to it, and even when you are used to it, it is difficult to stop triggering because you can find that you put your foot down when you drop gear. People say there's manual ways of stopping that, so that's one thing I hate. And the other thing that I said was sometimes gear changes can be sluggish in manual mode. I'm not sure if that's true or not, so it'd be good if you could comment, those of you that have owned ours for a year or two or more, and particularly the 7, I'm talking about the R7, Mark 7. Can you confirm whether or not you've experienced sluggish gear changes sometimes? I can't prove it, I ain't got it on video. But from my experience, once I test drove with DSG, I fell in love with it. Flipping into manual mode is brilliant. You literally put the lever to the left, then you're in manual mode, and gear changes seem great. It's smooth, it's quick. Hence why the 0 to 60 is 2 tenths quicker than a standard manual, I think, in the Golf R. And the other reason I chose DSG was, apart from curiosity, was that people were saying, reviews were saying, that the box, traditional manual box in this, is not as good as other boxes. The Type R, for example, the new Type R gearbox is better, changes gear better and quicker. So that put me off. You know, I thought, well, if I'm going to go for a Golf R, and it was the car that I'd kept my eye on for a couple of years, then I'd might as well go. If I go for the manual, I knew the manual wouldn't cut it for me. I'd be disappointed, because EP3 Type R gearbox is brilliant, one of the best in the business. The gearbox, the clutch and the engine, they're fantastic. So that was it. I went on DSG and fell in love with it. And a few weeks ago somebody asked me would I go back to manual if I could do it again, and I did say yeah I would. But since I've done a bit of research about kickdown or kickback, and since I've driven the car a bit more and played with the DSG more in manual mode, I love it. And I found out you can manually switch off the kickdown or kickback. So yeah, if I were to do it again and buy this car again, even if it's just a toy, which it is for me, it's a weekend toy and I literally just drive it at night time, I'd go DSG again. So it's a no-brainer. If you're going to use the car as a daily driver, where you're constantly in city traffic and you're driving to and from work in rush hour, and you know, and you're up and down the motorway where there's always roadworks or accidents, driving a manual is a headache. It's just a constant headache, particularly if you're in your 30s and you've been driving a manual for a long time. You might want to change, and what I can say is DSG is definitely for you. If you're still not sure, if you're one of those rare people that still enjoys manual driving, even with all the crap that's going on in the world with congestion and accidents, then test drive both the manual and DSG and see what you think. If you're still not sure, then go for the manual. Simple as that. But my advice to you is, you're buying a fantastic piece of kit that's well refined, so you might as well, you know, it is a bit of a luxurious car as well, so you might as well treat yourself and get the DSG as well, because it is a treat. It's a pleasure to play with when you're sprinting, and it's nice just to chill out and relax. And then when you're really feeling lazy or tired, or if you're going a long drive, which I intend to do, I'm going to try and do some road trips in this car into Scotland and whatnot, ACC is going to be my best friend. I'll be using it constantly. So yeah, there you go. If you're going to buy a Golf R and you haven't bought one yet, why haven't you bought one yet? That's the question. And secondly, should you buy it with DSG? Yes, you should. Go do it. Cheers.